everyone, welcome to Aish Explains. First, let me show you something. This is a Power BI dashboard. As you can see, this is an electric vehicle sales based on states. As I change it to Delhi and I want to see a March sales based on the year, I can see it here. And honestly, the first time I saw something like this, I had absolutely no idea what I was looking at. And I thought this was something only data scientists or IT people could build, not someone like me. But I was wrong because I built this and I started from exactly where you're right now. Zero experience, zero background, just curious and willing to learn. And that's exactly why I made this series. Because if I could figure this out, trust me, you can also. By end of the series, you're going to build something exactly like this, or honestly, even better. From scratch, no experience needed. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Aishwarya and welcome to my channel. If you're someone who has heard the word Power BI and thought, okay, but what even is that? You are exactly in the right place. So I make videos just explain things simply. No complicated jargon, no rushing through, just clear step by step learning. And today we are starting from the very beginning. So here what we are covering in this video. By the time this video ends, you will know three things. One, what Power BI actually is. Two, what problem it solves. Three, why so many companies are looking for people who know it right now. That's it. Let's go. Now, before we get into it, I want to say something. You have probably seen videos on YouTube or on Instagram that say things like Master Power BI in 1 hour. And look, I get those titles are tempting. But let's be honest with each other. Nobody masters any tool in 1 hour. That's just not how learning works. What those videos do is rush you through everything so fast or not even cover some topics that 2 days later you remember nothing. That's not what we are doing here. We are going to take our time, understand things properly, and actually make it stick. So the way actually work is this. You start with basics, understand the tool, and then slowly you build your skills on top of that. Learn the basics, understand the tool, build real skills. That is the Aish explains way. And trust me, if you follow along, by the end, you will be genuinely confident using Power BI. Not just copying steps from a video, okay? So let's now actually get into the content. Before I explain Power BI, I need to explain something called business intelligence because Power BI is a business intelligence tool. So we need to understand what that means first. And I will keep this really simple. Business intelligence just means using data to make smart decisions. That's it. Nothing complicated. Let me give you an example. Imagine you own a ice cream shop. At the end of the every month, you look at your sales and you notice chocolate ice cream is selling really well and mango is barely selling. And you notice that weekends are your busiest days. So what do you do with that information? You buy more chocolate and you stop buying much mangoes and maybe you offer a special discount on weekends to bring in even more customers. That decision that came from your data. You didn't guess. You looked at the numbers and you made a smart choice. That is business intelligence. Simple as that. So now, what is Power BI? Power BI is a tool made by Microsoft. that helps you do exactly what we just talked about, but faster, more visual, and at much bigger scale. Instead of staring at rows and rows of numbers in Excel, trying to figure out what's going on, Power BI takes all the data and turns into beautiful charts, graphs, and dashboards that you can actually understand at a glance. It's not just a beautiful charts, it's also give you the meaningful insights. Think of it like this. You have a ice cream shop data. How many scoops sold, which flavors, which days. You bring all of that into Power BI. And instead of a boring spreadsheet, you get a colorful dashboard that instantly shows you everything you need to know. That is Power BI. So why do people actually use it? What is it for? There are really four main reasons. First, to track performance or sales going up or down. Is the business doing well this month compared to the last month? And second, to find problems. Maybe one product is losing money nobody noticed because it was buried in a spreadsheet. Power BI makes that visible immediately. Third, to boost sales. When you understand your data, you can see opportunities. Which product should you promote and which customers are buying the most? And fourth, to make plans. Good decision about the future need good information from the past. Power BI, Power BI gives you that. So basically, it helps business understand what is happening and why it is happening and what to do next. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but who actually uses this? Is it just big companies? Not at all. Power BI used in companies, regular businesses, startups, and retail stores. It is also used in banks to track transactions, monitor risk, and understand the customers. In hospitals to track the patient data, manage resources, and also look at the health trends. Honestly, any place that has data, which is basically every organization today, can use Power BI. And that is exactly why it is such a valuable skill to have right now. Almost every industry needs people who know how to work with data. Okay, so let's look at how it actually works. The basic process. Step 1, you collect your data. This could be from Excel, a database, a website. Step 2, you load that data into Power BI. Step 3, you create reports and dashboards, charts, graphs, tables, whatever help you to see the story. And 4, you use those reports to make decision. That's the flow. Collect, load, create, make decision. And in the coming videos, we are going to go through every single one of the steps. Now, don't worry about this. It's just an overview of how it is used. Sorry, how Power BI is used. Now, I want to pause for a second because if you're brand new to this, your brain might have few questions right now. Things like, wait, do I need to know Excel first? Do I need to know coding? Is this going to be an expensive one? Totally valid questions, and the answers are no. You don't need any Excel experience, you don't need any programming, and Power BI Desktop, which is the version we will be using, is completely free to download. What exactly Power BI is? What can it do? Who uses it? Why should I learn it? Which we have covered in this video. So there are genuinely no barriers here. Anyone can start. All right, let's quickly recap what we covered today. So, we talked about business intelligence. It is using the data to make smart decisions. And then we talked about what Power BI is, a Microsoft tool that turns data into visual dashboards, and why it is used to track performance, to boost our sales, and make plans. And we also talked about where it is used companies, banks, hospitals, basically everywhere, and how it is used collect, data, load it, create, and make decision on that. So this is a solid foundation. You now understand what Power BI is and why it is matter. So in the next video, we are going to take one step back before we touch the tool. And I know you might be thinking, wait, why we are going backward? Shouldn't we just open the tool and get started? So before we open Power BI, we are going to answer very simple questions but very important questions. What actually data is? What is row? What is column? What is table? And what type of data exists? It sounds basics because here's the thing, if you don't understand data, you will always be confused inside Power BI. So, we are going to build that foundation first. It is a short video, it is simple, but it will make everything else click so much faster. So, make sure you watch the next one. All right, that's it for today's videos. If this was helpful, give it a like and drop a comment below. Tell me what is that you most want to learn in Power BI and also what makes you to learn Power BI. If you want to follow along the series, subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching Aisha Explains and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.